Hello and welcome to IRA Insights, the podcast where we decode insurance, simplify risk, and bring you powerful conversations with subject matter experts shaping the future of financial protection. If you're joining us on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're on tuning in to Spotify, follow us so you never miss an episode. Today's episode is so special. We are joined by Mr. N.C. Ranganath, a respected industry leader who has served as circle head at HDFC Life, previously held leadership roles at Life Insurance Corporation of India and Bajaj Alliance Life Insurance. He has mentored and groomed countless insurance professionals over 3 decades. Today, we will explore his professional journey, success stories, lessons from challenges he has faced, and dive deep into how life insurance is evolving in a digital, fast moving world, and especially for the youth. Welcome to the show, sir. I'm so happy to invite you here.
Thank you, Sichara. Thank you for having me on the show.
You're welcome, sir. So, without any further delay, let me ask you my first question. What drew you into life insurance and how did your journey shape you?
Yeah, frankly speaking, I had no idea about life insurance when I joined it. I just in the search of a better job, I moved into life insurance industry. I didn't imagine insurance industry would become my lifelong profession. But when I joined LIC way back in 1992, I understood something very profound. Insurance is not just paperwork; it's a promise to a family. So at LIC, I learned discipline, values, and at Bajaj Allianz, for the first time, I experienced a competitive environment and innovations. At SDFC Life, I saw digital transformation and structural leadership development. Each of these phases shaped me differently, and over time, I realized that leadership in insurance is about building people, not just selling policies. When you build people, business automatically flows.
That's beautifully said, sir. So, insurance as a promise, not just paperwork, right? So, I love how each organization has shaped a different dimension of your leadership and your values. So, you have groomed many agents. What separates average advisors from exceptional ones?
The advisors, the best advisors, surprisingly, are not the aggressive sellers as everyone would think so. They are actually the empathetic listeners. So, listening is a very important trait aggressive seller must have. I have seen agents with average communication skills outperforming fluent speakers simply because they genuinely cared for the customer. Insurance is a very emotional thing. It deals with uncertainty, fear, and responsibility of one in one's life. So,
Correct.
empathetic listening really makes a lot of impact there. However, technical knowledge is essential, but it is the trust which is really the currency in this industry.
That's such a very important distinction. So, can you share a defining success moment over your past 3 decades experience?
Yeah, when I look back at my experience in the industry, uh, one of the branches which I handled that was underperforming very badly in the division.
Mm-hmm.
So then I studied the branch. What I understood is training was lacking for the field force. So instead of focusing only just on achieving targets, I focused on training, building up a mindset, and getting a teamwork. So within a year, the branch has turned around completely. The number of agents who could sell 100 policies a year has gone from a mere 3 to 28 in a span of just 2 years. But my proudest moment was not the revenue alone. It was even one of my advisors told me his daughter has completed her engineering course because of the career growth the advisor has achieved here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when I realized that this profession changes generations.
Right. That's incredibly inspiring, sir. So, from 3 to 28 top performing agents, that shows your legacy, not just leadership. So, what was the biggest challenge in your learning curve, sir?
Uh, the biggest challenge is adapting to the change, I would say, because industry is undergoing a lot of change. It has been actually undergoing a lot of change during these 2.5 decades. So adapting to those changes is very important. For example, when I started, everything was manual. You would not believe the most sophisticated equipment in my branch office was a 12-digit calculator. Okay, from that Today, even underwriting happens digitally, no manual intervention in many cases. Earlier, customers waited weeks together for getting their policy documents or policies issued, but now policies are issued in minutes. I had to unlearn so many old systems to embrace new technology.
Correct.
But experience gives a lot of confidence and adaptability and hard work. These things ensure survival.
What was the biggest challenge in your learning curve?
The biggest challenge I would say is adapting to the changes. When I started my journey in the life insurance, everything in the process was manual. We used to do the underwriting manually, issue the policy documents manually. But today, as you can see, underwriting happens digitally. Earlier, customers used to wait weeks together to get their policy document, but now you can see policies are issued within minutes.
Right.
Yeah, I had to unlearn many old systems to adapt to this change and also embrace technology. And however, experience gives a lot of confidence, but adaptability and hard work ensures survival.
Yes, so I really appreciate how you emphasized unlearning, especially for experienced professionals. And that shows the balance between confidence and flexibility, which is something where every leader must master, right? So, my next question would be how has risk assessment evolved technically?
Earlier, underwriting meant medical tests and income proof. These were the two very basic things on which the entire underwriting used to bank upon. But today, it's predictive analytics. Thanks to the technology that has come up, uh, we have predictive analytics, behavioral insights, and AI-based models, which help a lot in risk assessment.
Right.
Companies like HDFC Life now use data to assess risk more accurately. It reduces frauds and also improves pricing fairness. Insurance has become more and more scientific. However, the purpose remains the same, that is to protect the family's responsibility.
Right. So, insurance becoming more scientific, right, while keeping its human purpose intact.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's such a strong insight, sir. So, how should young earners calculate the right term insurance cover?
This is a very, very important question, Suchitra, I would say,
Okay.
because always used to say, don't pick up a random number while deciding upon how much insurance you need.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this has to be calculated very prudently. Calculate your human life value. When I say human life value, it could be a very technical term for a layman, but there are different methods to calculate it. A simple way for a layman is to consider one's own income, future growth, one's outstanding loans, dependents, and inflation. At least these are the basic things that has to be taken into account while arriving at the amount of insurance coverage one should have. Insurance is income replacement capital, we call it. If you earn 10 lakhs annually, your family may need 15 to 20 times of that amount secured. When youth understand this logic, I would say they would stop seeing insurance as an expense.
Okay. Okay. So, sir, that's a very insightful answer. Your clarity around human life value simplifies what often feels complex to the youth of this era, actually. So, uh, also, could you please show some light on insurance versus investment? What's the right approach?
This confusion has existed for decades.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So, insurance is, of course, no doubt a protection, and investment is a wealth creation. However, if you mix the two without clarity, then you would be diluting both. So, my advice is before you go for any investment, first buy a protection. I mean, a pure term plan for protection. Only then build wealth separately through any instrument, say equity or mutual fund, or maybe on an insurance platform like endowment policies, basing on your risk appetite.
Hmm. Okay. Oh, such a clear and structured way to look at financial planning. So, I would also like to know how do solvency ratios protect policyholders?
This is something very, very important, Suchitra. Most customers don't even ask about solvency ratio,
Okay.
but actually they should.
Hmm.
It ensures The insurer has enough capital to meet obligations even in crisis. That is what a solvency ratio is all about. A strong solvency ratio means financial strength and claim paying ability of the insurer. It's a silent protection which works in the background.
Correct. So that's looks like a crucial point. Solvency ratio may sound technical, but it directly impacts customer safety as well, right? I'm sure, I'm sure many listeners will now start asking this question before choosing an insurer. So, can you also show some light on has because we have been discussing technically, has digital transformation improved customer experience?
Absolutely. Absolutely, it has improved the customer experience a lot. For example, digital KYC, video underwriting, and faster claim settlements, everything has become very smoother and seamless. As I told you earlier, insurance issuance of policy itself used to take weeks together, but now it is just a matter of minutes. And today, this technology reduces errors and moreover, it improves transparency.
Right.
However, I believe technology should enhance trust, not just replace human connection. There is a lot of trust factor involved in it, so enhancing trust is utmost important.
Correct. I like that perspective, sir. So, my next question is on what role does life insurance actually play for Gen Z and millennials?
Today's youth work in startups, gig roles, uncertain environments. That makes insurance even more important for them.
Right.
Buying insurance early helps you lock lower premiums, and it also helps you secure insurability before any health risk arises. Uh, Most importantly, it gives you a lot of confidence that you are fully insured and your family would be taken care of in case of any eventuality.
Yeah.
So when your responsibilities are protected, obviously you will be able to take bold risk in career and business. Uh, so insurance actually is not kind of any restriction. It is, I would say, really an empowerment.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, thank you so much for sharing all your wisdom, experience, and clarity. Your journey across LIC, Bajaj Life Insurance, and HDFC Life truly reflects how the insurance industry has evolved from manual processes to digital precision while keeping its core promise intact.
Thank you for having me on the show. Suchitra, it has been pleasure talking to you and sharing my experiences with IRA insights. I hope listeners will enjoy this.
Sure, sure, definitely. To our listeners, if this episode added value to you, share it with someone who needs financial clarity today. This is IRA Insights, where we protect futures with knowledge. Until next time, stay informed, stay insured, and stay inspired.